Welcome back, guys. Here we are. We are going to be talking about temptation. This is part 2. Now, if you see me here sitting in my car and you're like, yes, we're going to have carpool karaoke going on, you are in luck.
And your skin, oh yeah, your skin and bones turn into something beautiful.
Because I will not be doing that, because that is not a thing that I do. We're here today talking about temptation. This is part 2, so let's do a quick recap. In the first video, we talked about temptation, that it's not an addiction, right? That it comes out of our own desires. James 1:14, right? That he is drawn away by his own desires, talking about us. And then we talked about how the enemy is always following us. So if we look at 1 Peter 5:8, we see that our great enemy, the devil, he prowls around like a roaring lion. So now, if we go to James 1:13, it says, God cannot be tempted, nor does he tempt other people. Meaning, temptation is a result of something evil, some sin that has happened. So God doesn't have temptation. There's no evil in him. He's good, he's perfect, he's just, he's strong. So then, if we look, the following verse, James 1:14, is that we are drawn away, meaning that we are tempted and we walk away from our path. So we have to ask our questions. What's so bad about giving into temptations? We're about to find out. We're going to go into a store, Meijer specifically, and we're going to see what can happen to us. All right, here we are at the grocery store. We're gonna shop today, but we're not just gonna shop for food. We're gonna shop for the things that I'm feeling right now. You know, what are some of the things that I'm craving? What are the things that tempt me? So here we go. One of the things that I really like at night is cereal. You guys like Oreos? I'm not a big fan, but I love Captain Crunch, so I'm gonna get Captain Crunch. Too healthy. I don't want any of that. Typically when you have something sweet, you need something salty. So I'm thinking, let's go get some chips. Okay, here we are, chip aisle. So I love my Flaming Hot Cheetos. Cheddar and sour cream, of course. Heck yeah. Now that we have a good amount of salt in our system, we need some drinks. Now, I'm a big fan of Coke. You know this. And the little Cokes are awesome. So I'm just going to go ahead and take some of these. But you can't stop there. I forgot. You got to get that grape soda. Who loves grape soda? Kale loves grape soda. So this is where we're at right now. We got a good amount of breakfast, sweets. I think the only thing that I would call somewhat healthy are these two. We have a lot of chips. There's absolutely no value in this. And welcome back. We're back in the car. So we went through and we just bought things that we like things that I wanted at the moment, which was cereal and chips and lots of Coke. So if we look at James 1:15, and it says the desires, those temptations, they give birth to sinful actions. Sinful actions meaning, right, that you are going to create these terrible habits that are going to destroy you. So if we keep reading, it says, which give birth to death. Yeah, these habits that you create, you give into these temptations, they create terrible habits, and eventually they will destroy you. They will kill you. Really good example, looking at our cart. If we were to only eat that, we would never be getting water. We would only be eating tons of sodium and lots of sugar. And eventually you're going to start having health problems, right? How do we tackle this? What are the things what does the Lord say about temptation? Well, how do we handle it? So if we go to Proverbs 27:12 to summarize, it says, a prudent man or a wise man foresees evil and hides himself, meaning he sees where he can be tempted and he plans ahead and he avoids it. He avoids any type of temptation because it brings death. So he plans ahead and avoids it. So if we keep reading, it says, the simple pass on and are punished. Or the people that just ignore the temptation and just give into it, doesn't mean that they get punished, but the punishment is death, meaning that they get the result of their terrible choices. We can talk about all different types of topics like gambling or any type of social media addictions and stuff like that. Even things about yourself, like you fall into these temptations where you have to dress yourself a certain way. We won't get into that because you already know where you are weak at. You already know what you need to do. But most importantly, in order for you to be strong, you have to spend time with the Lord, and you have to read your word in order for you to have faith and be able to push the enemy away. So thanks for joining me this week. I'm headed into work. I'll see you next time. Bye. God bless.